So I and a lot of others who make YouTube videos have been saying this for a long time, and I'm sure that even you watching this video have been thinking to yourself or even saying out loud that Marvel is in trouble, that Marvel has been going really downhill recently, especially with their recent movie releases, especially with their recent show releases as well. The Loki show started off kind of good in the first couple of episodes. I thought the world building was absolutely incredible, but then once we got to the end of the show, I felt that was not only underwhelming, but once again, the female version of Loki defeated the character who's supposed to be the main character in the show. He got outsmarted by his female counterpart, and I just thought that was so par for the course for Marvel, and especially what they've been doing recently. And we even had a scene in that show where Loki was literally in a little, I don't know, he was inside of a little portal, inside of a little time gate, I guess, where he was just getting kneed in the nuts over and over again by Lady Sif, by another female. And it's just so repetitive at this point. It's so repetitive that they put the males down in order to prop the females up. And it's just getting tired. You know, a lot of people are just getting tired of this. But also we have the releases recently when it comes to Shang-Chi. And like I said, when it comes to the shows that came out, WandaVision and Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I don't even count that show. I thought that show was absolutely awful. But WandaVision was kind of good. I didn't hate it as much as a lot of people hated the finale. The Loki show I really enjoyed for the first couple of episodes, and I thought it really fell off towards the end of the show. But we also have Shang-Chi, which I just really didn't enjoy that much. I just thought, like I said in my previous video, I'm just not that impressed by mindless action. I'm not that impressed by anime style action, and a lot of people are, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with liking movies like Fast and Furious and all those shows who kind of just have mindless action. John Wick. I'm not a huge John Wick fan, but when I watch it, I'm somewhat entertained. You know, I can understand why people like it. Same thing with Shang-Chi. There's a lot of action in there and not a lot of depth to the story, so I didn't really enjoy it that much, and I think the movie is not going to make money at the box office. But you know, the Marvel NPCs will just come out and say that the movie broke the Labor Day weekend record, which is only like $30 million. Of course, Shang-Chi, an MCU movie, is going to break $30 million on its opening weekend, especially because it solely got a theatrical release. When it comes to Black Widow, yeah, I don't think it broke 30 million in its opening weekend, or maybe it was, I think it was actually a little bit over 30 million, even though it got a day and date release when it comes to Disney Plus and theatrical. I don't even know, did it get theatrically released? I don't even remember if Black Widow got theatrically released, but I know it got released on Disney Plus. And whenever something gets released on a streaming service, whether or not that's on the same day that it got released theatrically, or if it got solely released on the streaming service, it's just not going to make that much money, especially in comparison to a movie that got released solely in theaters like Shang-Chi. So of course, Shang-Chi made a little bit more than Black Widow. But let's check out some of the news that we have today. And this news is not good. It's not good at all. I can't spin it in any way that could possibly be good. This isn't positive news. This article from Mounting into Comics says Marvel Studios promotes executive who believes the X-Men name is outdated. And if you don't know who this is Victoria Alonso, who I heard a couple of years ago from John Campea. John Campea used to say this all the time, and a lot of other people used to say this as well. I haven't really been hearing it that much recently, but this is the person who I think is going to be next up to replace Kevin Feige, because Kevin Feige is going to eventually move on. Now, I don't know when that's going to be, but the fact that he is producing a Star Wars movie sometime in the near future kind of says to me that he has one foot out the door, that he's kind of not, I guess he's kind of planning his exit strategy. He's trying to get involved in other things that he really does want to do, the things that he enjoys even more than Marvel, which he has said that he's a bigger Star Wars fan than a Marvel fan in the past. So he's already has his foot in Star Wars. I think he's trying to get out. He's trying to get his exit strategy planned out. And Victoria Alonso is part of that exit strategy. And we all know that Kevin Feige has said some outrageous things in the past, like this, where he says, Kevin Feige says Doctor Strange cut WandaVision because he's white and male. We all know that he said stuff like that in the past. But Victoria Alonso is even worse. Victoria Alonso says even worse things than Kevin Feige says, which I know is hard to believe, but it is the truth. Deadline reports Alonso will oversee the divisions across the studio's slate of films and series and continue to report Marvel Studios co-president Luis de Esposito. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige commented, Victoria has been an incredible partner and part of our team since the very first Iron Man. She is one of the most dynamic, candid, and accessible executives in the industry, and we're thrilled that she'll continue to be by our side in this elevated role as we lead Marvel Studios into the future. I think that she really is going to be number two. She's always next to Kevin Feige. She's always by his side. No one else is like that. No one else is always by Kevin Feige's side like that. No one else's name really pops up whenever you say who could replace Kevin Feige. No one in-house at Marvel really pops up into my mind. You can let me know in the comments if anyone pops up into your mind. But I think Victoria Alonso will end up replacing Kevin Feige in the near future. Probably in the next 5 years, Kevin Feige will leave Marvel. to probably just pursue some passion projects. The guy has made enough money. The guy has made his legacy. He's one of the best producers, if not the best producer of all time, with what he's done with the MCU. And now he probably just wants to go out and have fun. He probably just wants to go out and do stuff, passion projects, stuff like a Star Wars movie, maybe even some indie films. Who knows what he wants to do? But I'm sure that he's kind of getting tired of this Marvel stuff, this rinse and repeat with Marvel, just like a lot of us are getting tired of it. But I'm sure that he's tired of creating it. And like I said, he's made his money, he's made his legacy. It's time to move on and do some stuff that he truly enjoys doing, like Star Wars. And maybe who knows what else he might end up doing. But when Lewis first suggested I come and work with the team, this is what Victoria Alonso said: "I never could have imagined the adventure ahead, and as far as I'm concerned, it has only just begun." So she's planning on staying with Marvel for a very long time. And if you don't know who this is, and if you don't know some stuff that she said, I don't have any of the articles pulled up right now, but she has said in the past that the X-Men name is outdated. I think it says that up here somewhere. Believes the X-Men name is outdated. So she says that they should be called X-People. I don't even know what she said that they should be called. But I guess the X-Men name is outdated because it has the word men in it. And we all know that the MCU is what Marvel is going to do going forward with the MCU. They're not going to really be focused on men anymore. They don't want men watching their shows. They don't want men watching their movies. They don't want men acting in their shows or movies. We all know that this is true. We all know that Marvel is moving away from men being in their content, and they're also moving away from males consuming their content. They don't want this. They don't want me. They don't want you if you're a male watching this video. They don't want you consuming their content anymore. And it is what it is. And we also have this news today. Avengers Endgame directors appear to imply MCU is a clown show after Loki changes to Infinity Stones. Now, I think this article is a bit of a stretch, and I like bounding into comics a lot. As you know, I use them in a lot of my videos. I always use bounding into comics in my videos, but this article is a bit of a stretch. I'll read to you the article just so you can see, because it is going to probably be news once people start seeing this headline. But let's check out exactly what it said. It talks about how Loki kind of made the changes to the Infinity Stones. If you don't know, the Loki show kind of made the Infinity Stones look a little bit irrelevant. It made them look very weak after an entire saga was built around these Infinity Stones. The Loki show made the Infinity Stones look a little bit weak. In response to the nullification of the Infinity Stones while within the confines of the TVA, the Russo bros shared a video, which if you don't know, the Russo bros directed Endgame, Infinity War. I believe they directed Civil War as well, maybe even Winter Soldier. They directed a lot of the best MCU movies so far. The Russo bros shared a video to TikTok where they seemingly imply the changes to the Infinity Stones and make the MCU a clown show. The Russo bros responded to a TikTok video by Comic Book Pro that shows the website's special assignment producer Brandon Davis drinking out of an Infinity Gauntlet mug and using a clown filter on his face. The caption reads, "Everyone who thought the Infinity Stones were important." I don't think that this is necessarily saying that the MCU is a clown show or a clown world or whatever they said. I think that this is just them kind of playing into the hype of the MCU, and I think that this kind of means that Joe and Anthony Russo will probably return to direct more MCU movies, or maybe just produce more MCU movies, because they are pretty prominent producers as well as directors. So maybe they'll return to direct more MCU stuff. I think that this is kind of them playing into the Marvel promotion. I think this is kind of them saying that, yeah, the Infinity Stones are actually pretty irrelevant, and the Loki show proves that. I don't think that they're disagreeing. I think that they were in on this. I think that they knew all along that this was what's going to happen, and they're kind of playing into the promotion of future Marvel projects. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that this is them saying that the MCU is a clown show or a clown world? Or do you think that this is them just playing into the promotion of the MCU? Let me know what you think about this whole situation, and also Victoria Alonso getting promoted to a higher position at Marvel and probably being the next up after Kevin Feige. Let me know what you think about all of that in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter, links to that will be in the description as well. Thank you for watching the video. Hope to see you in the next one.